We talking about what we talking about. I can do this all day. What we talking about? What we talking about? We talking about. I ain't feeling what you saying. What we talking about? From time to time, every set of brothers argue. You gotta listen and catch a glimpse here from all views. I finish every debate that I'm in. Gonna start it up. Same time tomorrow, we run it again. Ain't no stopping us. What we talking about? What we talking about? I could do this all day. What we talking about? What we talking about? What we talking about? I ain't feeling what you saying. What we talking about?
All right, man. And we're back for another Arguing Brothers podcast. It's been a minute, fellas. How y'all doing?
Good stuff. Charles in the building.
You're a little muff over there, man. So is it me? Is my headphones? Is it what is it?
Say, bro, you can't be buying headphones from Temu, dog.
Hey, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm hearing you correctly because it sounds like you're a little muff. And normally it's your service. It's normally not anybody else's. Normally 9 times out of 10, it's normally your service. Your service is the reason why we have some of the issues that we have sometimes. And so we just want to make sure that it's not me or it's you.
I was just making sure you ain't got that Temu service, dog. That's all.
Now I got top notch over here, big dog. Oh, Verizon Fios, they make you pay top of the line over here. They ain't no plan. They ain't gonna give you nothing else. All right,
Got
man. So
that.
we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot of sports stuff that we need to get into. It's ridiculous going on. It's been a lot of stuff since we got back on this airway, and man, we really got a lot we're gonna have to fumble through today because we probably gonna be on here for a while talking about all this stuff, man. But what we normally do, and people haven't forgot, we normally start out with the NFL because NFL is king, and we normally go with our Thursday night recap of what we saw this past Thursday. And this game was between the Browns and the Steelers. Looked like it was going to be a slow fight. Slow game. And then the snow came, and then they started getting more action packed, man. So Ray, start us off, man. What was your thoughts on that game? And then we're gonna get into a little bit about the Steelers and their chance to maybe get into the ultimate game, which is the Super Bowl. With Russell
Man,
Wilson as the quarterback.
it just shows the Browns has talent. And over the last couple of weeks, you see the emergence of Jerry Judy. Jameis seems like he just energizes the team no matter where he is. It's his personality. And I think it was more about the Browns winning the game versus the Steelers losing it. I think too, Russ has been playing well. He didn't have the greatest game, but I put this one on Tomlin because you got to get your team up for these type of games when you're playing a lesser opponent. And I didn't get why they kept bringing in Justin Fields, even though it probably was about 8 plays or so. Like, it just breaks the rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just time and place for you got a mobile quarterback. And 9 times out of 10, when you bring him in, it's more of a run type situation anyway. So I think that broke their rhythm a lot. But I think it was more about Cleveland wanting it more, taking it to Pittsburgh's defense than Pittsburgh losing it. And then I saw a soundbite from Pickens. He was like, Cleveland wasn't good. The weather was a factor. Both teams playing in the snow. So you can't make that excuse. But I think it was more about Cleveland wanting it a little bit more and, short week. And, the Steelers wasn't up for it, bro. And I just don't like shuffling quarterbacks like that. And it just wasn't the right time.
Yeah, it was one of those games when you playing a rivalry, records are out the window. Both teams play each other twice a year, and everybody know each other tendencies. The weather definitely played a factor, but both teams used to playing in the cold and the snow. They got outside stadiums. You can see where they was having problem running the ball, man. Harris really not the back he was like 2 years ago. To me, the other guys becoming more the explosive back. They was not getting the first down. That was the key. And lately, even against the Baltimore game, where they won that game, but they been selling for a lot of field goals. And eventually, that's going to catch up with you. When you're in the red zone, you got to score touchdowns. I think even in the Baltimore game, they won by kicking like 4 or 5 field goals. And Pittsburgh defense been balling out all year. Jameis got hot. You know what I'm saying? He had one of those games where, he can get hot and go off. So, yeah, that's what I had to say about that.
I think I'm like everybody else. I think it's a situation where the where the Steelers play down to their competition. I mean, I mean James played okay. I mean, he had a couple. He had one, and he probably should have had 3 interceptions. 2 were dropped.
Yeah.
One he was intercepted. He had it was very it should have been very costly because it would have been. I think it was the time it was at a 19-18 or something. I think that was the score. I think the Steelers could have came right back down the field and maybe kicked the field goal to score, but the snow situation they didn't trust the kicking. So I think they went for it on 4th down. It was one of those type of plays where they went for it and they didn't get it. The running game wasn't there. They were getting pushed back. They couldn't do anything with Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett was dominant in this game. He was absolutely dominant. He was probably one of the most dominant factors of the game was him getting pressure to the quarterback. They just didn't have a lot of time. But I mean, in the NFL, those type of games happen. Traditionally, it do happen on a Thursday night. Mike Thomas' record on Thursday night is like 2-9. So this is not something where we don't know that he does have struggles getting his teams ready for that immediate next game. So we just, it's really about how you compare it. The Justin Fields situation, I understood it because they needed it, not just 'cause they needed to switch. I think they were having struggles running the ball. So Justin Fields comes in, he gives you some impactful plays. It wasn't like they were bad plays; they were impactful plays. He could have if it wasn't snowing, he probably would have took that one touchdown. That one first down, he probably would have took it to the house. Because you think about it, he hit the edge and he kind of stumbled coming out of that out of his plant, and he ended up getting caught. Well, I think he would have took that to the house if it would have been snowing on the ground. If the elements wasn't a problem. So I think that was a great call. I don't think the pass they threw was a great call. I think it was 4th and 1, and
Yeah.
they threw a go route to Pickens. Why, bro? We all know that's
Yeah.
not. We all know that's not. Here's my problem with the Steelers. It ain't nobody but that dude that used to coach the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know what Smith got going on right now. I don't know if he's trying to figure out something about himself. Maybe he's trying to prove to the world that he's an NFL head coach still. But that's my problem with them. My problem is their OC. He's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, he
He can
bad, bro.
call dog. Sometimes he does things mid-game that you just be like, why is he doing that? Why is he running that play? Why did he put Justin Fields in on that moment when it's clear that Justin Fields did not? That would not have been the play. If it was 4th and 1, you give it to him to run. Yes. You trying to throw a go route on 4th and 1 to Pickens
And in the
in the
snow.
snow, and he's already inaccurate. He's another accurate quarterback. It's been showed. Like, please doing it in the snow. Come on, man. That was terrible. That was a terrible situation. So, um, but overall, they're still 8-3. They're still in division lead. I do think it hurts because they still have the Ravens. They still have the Browns again. They still have the Ravens again. Then they have. I think they still have the Bengals twice. So they still have 4 impactful games still ahead of them to win out the division. Like they have a good what's their record, right? Conference record, but their division record right now I think is 0-1. So
Yeah.
yeah, no 1-1. So they still have real impactful games left in the division that's gonna mean a lot. So, but you gotta give James his credit. He stepped up when he needed to, made the
Yeah.
right throws, ran the ball. Gave you the good quotes before the game, gave you the Bible quotes afterwards.
Boy,
James
funny.
being Jameson, man. James is James,
Boy,
man.
funny,
So,
bro.
you know what? I would think he's funny if I did not believe he believed everything he says, but he does. So I don't know if
Yeah,
that makes it funny. Maybe it's the way he says it is funny, but he believes everything he says. So I just don't think he's yeah, I think he means it. So I can't even laugh at James anymore. This is
yeah,
who we got right here. This is Jameis Winston at his core. But you gotta give him their props. The running game was strong. Um, I thought Judy made some great catches, especially
yeah.
contested catches in the cold weather. When drops has been an issue for him. Um, I thought the tight end stepped back up with that 2-point play. He dropped the touchdown in the same drive and he came back and had a 2-point play. He caught it. was more contested than the other catch. So man, listen, kudos to them boys, and that's my thoughts on that the game. It started off a dud. I was definitely
Yeah,
bored.
yeah, it
But then
was.
when the snow started coming back, it went right back into it. So, you know, kudos to those teams. Any more thoughts on that, fellas?
Nah.
All right. So, all right, man. Let's get to Daniel Jones. News heard around the world in the NFL world, man. I ain't never heard of a starter quarterback go from first string demoted to third string to fourth string. Some people say he was playing scout team safety, and now all of a sudden, he basically fired. He got released in midseason, which is nothing we don't see this type of stuff where a player gets released at the quarterback position midseason. That's crazy, right? So let's dive into it, man. Ray, start us off again. What was your thoughts on when you heard about Daniel Jones being released from the Giants?
I was shocked. I mean, because you paid him a lot of money when you could have drafted a quarterback last season. So that showed there that you believed it in him. That if you build something around him, getting an elite receiver, getting better on the O line, just getting him more weapons, you feel that he can be serviceable. They made the playoffs 2 years ago. He didn't have great numbers, but he had good enough numbers to not kill him. And I was definitely shocked by it. But when a person feels like they're not valued, he's like, I want to be released. So respect to him on that. But it just sets the Giants back even more organization as a franchise, because they could have had one of the quarterbacks last season. And we see the quarterback from last year playing pretty well with Jaden. Even May look like he's playing well now. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that the storage franchise like the Giants is just taking 10 steps backwards, man. Like it just don't make no sense. But I think Daniel Jones will land still a contender. Uh, I look at places like the Rams. When they got Baker, I think that helped Baker being under McVay. So I look at a situation like that. Somewhere we can just get with a good system and a good strong franchise that value the quarterback position. But it was a shocker because you're just saying that he's the guy going forward, and now he's going off the team. So unfortunate for the Giants. Unfortunately.
Yeah, they just realized them that they made the bad investment when it was time. They paid the wrong player. They should have played Barkley instead of playing Jones. Sometimes GMs get caught up in quarterback that you got to get them money when they ain't really had the work to put in to get him money just because everybody else playing quarterbacks. He had the one little playoff run where he was just decent to give him that type of money. It was a bad move on the GM, and for the have him release is more than just like you said to give him that type of money. Not even being in the room is more something was going on in the locker room. He just ain't want to be there as a quarterback. Whatever conversation they had, he probably just felt like just pay me out, release me, let me start over. um, but I don't think they're in a bad situation because you still can. They probably still gonna be top one, top two, top three picking next year. Still can draft the quarterback. You can see they competitive. They got a few more pieces they can get over the few years because they're not gonna be contending for a while. So even in this year draft, you figure, okay, let's give them one more year. They drafted a nice stud at receiver, so they can get them a quarterback this year in the draft because they probably gonna, like I said, be in the top five picking, which the quarterback will still be there, and they not about to win no time soon. So these next couple 3 years, they just got to rebuild their team up and get them back to, playing decent football. So at the end of the day, bro, sometimes you make bad investments and you got to pick up the pieces and move on. And seeing like the Giants are saying, look, we're gonna go with the mob dude on Sunday. I see he like
Dino.
yeah, see, he like by what 3-3, something like that. So dude don't even play bad because they got talent. They just need a quarterback in the room and a few more pieces. So I still think they're in a good position to draft the top quarterback this year in the draft.
It just tells you like even when the premier um, teams and organizations in the NFL, when you make a bad decision or a haste decision, sometimes it could be detrimental overall, man. And I think they're just reliving that we made that decision to go with Daniel Jones over Barkley in real time. And we're seeing it. It's just a bad decision. They went with him thinking that, a quarter everybody thinks that having a NFL quarterback, a starting quarterback, or a franchise quarterback is the key. But sometimes a lot of those guys need those type of players with them. And we all saw real time that Daniel Jones needed Barkley. He needed Shaq Barkley. He needed him. It was nothing else beyond that. He needed Barkley to be successful. The run game and him and what he did with the run game was 1,000% the success part of their team last year and the previous years. And without Barkley there to really put that eight person in the box that makes the game easier for Daniel Jones, man, it just shows. So now we need to stop saying that the running game or the running back is obsolete. Please stop saying that. We're now starting to show you got a special player at that position who runs the ball, takes the edge off for the quarterback. It helps and it's needed. And so that's what they fell in trap to. They kind of fell into this trap of, you can have anybody run the football, but that's not true.
Yep.
Especially when you have a quarterback that has some limitations. And we've all heard that he had limitations coming out of high school. Excuse me, coming out of college out of Duke. Like it was just things that he was not doing. He doesn't do well. And so here we are now. I don't know what they're gonna do. Are they in a complete overhaul? Do they get rid of the coaching staff? Um, you know, uh what's next? Because I don't get it. Like I think from this point, if you get rid of Daniel Jones now, what does that solve? You still got to pay the contract,
Yep. Dead money.
and you still got dead cap money on your books. And if you draft a quarterback, where you drafting him at? Is the goal to win games, or is the goal not to win games? Like I don't get it. Like I don't get what the next step for their team would be. Like I don't like this move. What kind of seems like to me like was emotional, which is something that we've all thought the Giants organization wasn't an organization that did things to emotion. It seems like they did things to strategy. It made sense. Um, Now it seems like that was an emotional move, man, to me. That seems like they got into an argument. He said, I ain't playing scout team safety anymore. And then they said, well, you know what? We'll just release you. And they released him. I don't see what can you do moving forward. And with him going to another organization, you paying that salary, you having dead cap money, you're not gonna be able to make any type of moves. You gave up picks to give up Brad to get Burns from the Charlotte Panthers. Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Carolina Panthers. You gave up picks for him. So what you gonna do now?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
gonna
they
be
gave up.
interesting to do a
I think
Dabo
they.
too. Do they let
I think
Dabo
they gave
go?
up. Yeah, I think they gave a first round for Burns.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think they did.
It's gonna be interesting.
First round for this draft. I think they got their first round pick for this draft.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up because I think they gave up a first round for Burns.
I don't think it's this draft though.
So
But
what can you do moving forward? Like, there's no left because you're kind of stuck in a bad situation. I'm just interested to see like how they're going to transition. I don't think they're to me from what I saw this past season, they're not one quarterback away either. They're not.
Oh yeah.
They're more just one quarterback away. They need some weapons. They need some better players around that team. They gave so many players away. They gave guys away. They gave the tight end. He went to Jacksonville Jaguars, right? Then they gave some really good core players away because they didn't want to re-sign them, including Shaq Barkley. So yeah, I don't know, man.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
I think
they
two
they are
people.
they in a rebuild mode. They just adding pieces at this point. They next couple of years they just got to in a rebuild.
And especially in this division, man, you gotta have a quarterback in this division.
Yeah.
This is a quarterback driven division. This is not a you not only that, you gotta have a quarterback who has weapons, have players, the guys that they can throw the ball to. When the Eagles play, we love Jalen, but Jalen doesn't have one of those top two receivers. It's a struggle for him. Now you have Barkley. It's making it easier for him. But in the past, it was always like, all right, we don't have that guy. We don't have um, we don't have a starting receiver. Brown. We don't have Brown. If we don't have Brown, we don't have Smitty. Jalen tends to have to struggle that game because he needs that type of talent around him. You know. You see what's going on with the Commanders. I just feel like, man, they miss on opportunities with this one. Um, you were losing anyway with Daniel Jones. So what's the difference? You were taking basically you were taking with him because you was already losing. It wasn't like you're winning. You were losing with them. Like, so I get the play wasn't stellar. It was actually horrible. I respect that. But for the most part, man, I just don't see where they're gonna go with this. I don't get it. Um, but it's good for good conversation for sure. It's great for good conversation. What before we get into the Ravens, what's your thoughts about what's going on with the Jets and Aaron Rodgers?
Total shit show. All from the top,
Okay.
though. Like, man, seeing what Aaron Rodgers was with better talent. Like, well, since he won the Super Bowl, he's elite, but he never won big games, right? One
Mhm.
Super Bowl and 4 MVPs. Like, come on, dog. That shit just don't add up majority of the time. And in his last couple of years in Green Bay, bro, he's washed. Like, dude hadn't had a 300-yard game in like 2 years, 3 years almost.
Well, before we get to where do you think he's going to go next? Where because he wants to still play in the NFL, but apparently he doesn't want to play with the Jets. Where do you think he goes next?
Retirement.
Hmm.
Retirement, dog. This is it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think
Retirement.
it's time. It's time for Aaron Rodgers to hang up his cleats, bro. Time for him to go home. He's not the same guy, and it's understandable. But I think dude was about to be 40 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying?
41.
He's
41,
41.
41. You know, yeah, and you can just see it's him. Shit, the Jets was better when they had old boy as the quarterback last year. So the Jets done gave you everything you wanted. They didn't went got the players you wanted. They went got Adams, like everything is it's on you at this point, bro. They got rid of the coach, which I thought was an emotional decision because he didn't call offense. He was the defense. That was the one good thing was on the Jets was the defense. So at this point, man, Aaron Rodgers need to. Bro, you're a Hall of Famer, bro. Before you have a major injury, you know what I'm saying, something you regret, bro. Just give it up, dog. You had a good career. You underachieved as winning Super Bowl, but you did get one. But at the end of the day, you're a Hall of Famer. Time to give it up, bro. Cause ain't nobody gonna let you come run they starting quarterback, bro. You might as well. What's the upside of doing that? Because you see,
Mhm.
you can't even win with talent no more. And it ain't like the Jets don't even have talent.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, you don't think he can be a backup somewhere?
He's
Ain't being
not.
no.
He's not gonna want to be a backup. Somebody been
Yeah.
that high up in the game. It's not being a backup.
Okay.
Just hang up,
I don't know.
A-Rod.
What'd you say, man?
I say, A-Rod, just hang him up, dog. It
I,
happens to
I
everybody.
I don't know. I think he can. I don't know. He can be a backup, right? I think I mean, if that's what
And,
he's willing to, if he's willing to collect that logic, but he could be a backup.
That's
oh,
like
he can.
he can't. That's like asking Allen Iverson to come off the bench, bro. The people who've been to that thing is they like what? Like they not doing
But you
that.
don't think he can be? You don't think he can be? I mean, if he's willing to accept that role, you don't think he can be something somewhere that and if he wants, if listen, he's not going to be. Let's. He's got to look at his survival his career. His career is never going to be the same. It's not going to be. We're not going to look at Aaron Rodgers like we look at. He's no longer A-Rod. He's no longer A-Rod 12. He's no longer A-Rod. I don't know who the hell A-Rod 8 is. He's not. He's not. He's never going to be that type of player again, right? We all know that. But I mean, he's a good stopgap for somebody, right? I mean, look throughout the league. We look throughout the league. Who would like a A-Rod just for a year? Like look at
I don't
any
think
team
no.
out there.
I don't think nobody.
Um,
You might as well get you a young quarterback and build.
you don't think the Saints would like an A-Rod
Hell no.
for a
He
year?
ain't pushing the needle at all.
Hell no. I'd rather stick with Derek Carr, and I don't want him.
I think an
Hey, bro.
A-Rod for a year that would be not that's not a bad move though, right? Like I mean, for a year,
Not with the Saints. Somebody else might can do it.
okay. I don't
And
know.
then, too, like, you bring A-Rod in, you changing your whole system towards him. He going to want some of his players like he did with the Jets. And, like, what franchise want to do that at this point in his career? I just don't see it.
I don't know. I think it'd be. I think it's not a bad move. I don't think it's a great move. I don't think it's not a bad move. I mean, but we'll see. We'll see how everything works out
You
next
know
year.
what's gonna happen? He gonna make a decision super late on handcuff Jets where they can't really make no moves what they want to do. Dude, he's just a diva, bro.
Shit, if I'm the Jets, I'm drafting a quarterback. And you ain't gotta handcuff me. I'm drafting a quarterback. I'm moving. I'm worried about my future at this point, bro. We trash. We haven't been to a playoff since you've been here. The last you've
Look,
been there.
and I would tell him we moving on. I'm not letting him
Yeah,
dictate the narrative of this. I say, look, bro, we moving on. We drafting a young quarterback, so we go.
yeah. I'm dropping a quarterback. Ain't no discussion about it.
I don't know. We'll see. Only future will tell. But I mean, yeah, you draft a quarterback regardless of the Jets. You can't hang on those morals that he's gonna figure it out, or maybe you get another player. You've already let him run this accord for the majority of the season. Look what it's got you. I mean, no playoffs, no opportunities. Um, Now you were better with the last quarterbacks. So, you know, that's where they're at with it. Then now you gotta get a new coach too, and that new coach gonna want their own quarterback, right? They're
Yeah.
gonna want their own player, they want to pick their own talent. Yeah, they're gonna want their own type of GM. So no, that's not gonna happen. All right, man, let's get into a little about what's going on with the Ravens. Even though they've won 7 games this season, they lost four. And those four losses, it seems like it's always kind of tough for Lamar to get what he needs out of the offense. And they've lost some games where they've been. I think 3 of them they've been in leads, and then this past one, even with the Steelers, it was just tough to score. The kicker, man, I don't know what's going on with Justin. I bet he's missing everything. And across the sun, that boy's missing kicks he's never missed before. They've never had a kicking issue ever in their lives until now. So, and then you got what's going on with the Ravens, and it seems like they don't want to run Derrick Henry enough. So let's get into it a little bit, man. Like, what's our thoughts on what we're seeing with the Ravens right now, currently, as they're trying to get through this NFL season? Ray, start us off
Yeah,
again, man.
yeah, bro. They just got an identity crisis, bro. Like the recipe, bro, is 20 carries, Derrick Henry that allows and open up that pass game to get Andrews going, say Flowers. You know, I don't know what it is. They just seem like they go away from Derrick Henry, bro. You brought the kid in for a reason, and you ride that horse until you can't ride it no more. Because their defense is mid best. They can't stop nobody. They can't stop the pass. So the way to help your defense is a great running game. And Lamar gonna shine and do what he do, but I think not having Henry with those 20 plus carries is the key to why they're struggling at times. And to what's up, bro. All greats fall, bro. And I think it's time, though. Like he missing kicks that just layups. 50 yarders, that's a layup for in the past. It's time to move on next season, get a new kicker, and it's okay. But they need to start getting back running through Henry at least 20 times a game. And I think that's their recipe.
Yeah, Ray, made some good points about games they do lose, they go away from the run. I don't understand it sometimes either. But my thing with the Ravens, bro, I don't really care what they do in the regular season to me right now. Losing 1 game, 2 game. To me, you got to judge them on what they do in the playoffs. And maybe their strategy is we trying to have him fresh for the playoff, not run him down, not have him beat up. That's why they probably doing what they do, and I don't get it. But at this point, what we gonna judge the Ravens on? Or they gonna get to the Super Bowl this year? Because every year now for the last 2 3 years, y'all done had great opportunities to get to the Super Bowl. It's gonna be can they beat Patrick Mahomes and them? Uh, and the regular season, I don't care if they lose a couple of games to try to figure it out because, like I said, like last year they lost 1 2 game, had home field advantage, get in the playoff. Is what Lamar gonna do in the playoff? When he gonna have a signature moment in the playoff? He been mid his whole playoffs since he's been going to the playoffs. So that's what I'm judging them on, what they're gonna do in the playoff. But they better fix it in the playoffs. And maybe only logic I can get out is they trying to save Derrick Henry for the playoff, not run him in the ground. It's because they know right now people in Baltimore want to get to the Super Bowl. They tired of being number 1 seed, number 2 seed, and going out first round. Whenever they play their first playoff game or the second playoff game. So to me, they definitely once they get to the playoff, your identity is being a running team and pass off the run, setting the play action up. So I ain't gonna judge them until they get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: they don't have to. We all know this for now. They don't have to. They don't have to. They don't have to. They don't have to make it to the playoffs. They don't. The thing is, they're not going to be in the first round. They're not going to be a 1 or 2 seed this year. We see that right now. Unless they just go on a run and win the rest of their games, they're not going to be a 1 or 2 seed. They're gonna. That's not going to be a problem. So they're not going to have that issue this year. Um, they're probably going to be playing maybe one home game if they win the division. If they don't, they're going to be playing on the road. So there could be an issue there. They're one and done.
Yeah.
So we can't value last year because last year was last year. It's a new season this year. So and every season is different. So if they're number 3, they're number 4. 5 seed because that means they'd be on the road. That's gonna be different. That poses a different challenge. So I can't judge them off last season. Um, and I can't judge them before they had Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry should have been a big situational change for him. It has been. It's been a plus. I just look at them sometimes, and you know, I don't know what's going on with them with the Steelers. First of all, they can't beat the Steelers. He can't beat the Steelers for some reason. I think he's beat them one time ever. I think he's 1-5 against them. Um, he has a tough time playing against the Steelers. It's always an issue, and I get it. They're a top tier defense. They're good. They're really really good. But it's just something about his play and their play is very erratic when he plays against that team. And so I can't say I want to judge them against just for the playoffs. Yeah, that's sensible. Yes, playoffs make sense. They need to win the playoffs. We all think that. But if they don't close out the season better, they be like I said, they'll be on the road. And if they on the road, there's no anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I don't want to just put that strictly on just he has to win the playoffs. Um, I just don't want to put that like I said they've been the 1 seed, but at the same time, man, if they go on the road, it's gonna be difficult. So I think it's all about the situation at hand. If they go on the road and like I said, if they get a super matchup, yeah, I judge that. But if he's on the road, he's playing against the Steelers again. What's to say they don't lose?
But the reason they've been losing because of him in the playoffs. It ain't been the defense. It's been him. He been mid. He hadn't been living up to what he been doing. The reason last year they lost because of his play. Wasn't
Yeah,
nobody couldn't you couldn't blame the defense. You couldn't do this. He just ain't played. He hasn't had a impactful playoff game in his career. He just hasn't. And it's time
that's
Yeah.
for
not.
him.
I can't say that. I thought the Texans game he played great in the second half. He went on the road and beat the Tennessee Titans
Yeah,
before,
but
where he
those
played
teams, I ain't
well.
talking about those teams. I'm talking about getting past Patty. To
But
get
no,
you to
but
the
if
Super
you
Bowl.
don't if you don't even get to Patty because you lose in the first round, what's the
Yeah,
difference?
but then again, it's gonna come down to his play. Every time they have lost in the playoff, it's been him. It's been him not playing well.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying. I think that's a lot of weight on him
Hey,
to
bro,
to
that's why
get
you
a
get
team
paid the
there.
big bucks, bro. You're a two
Well, he's
time,
MVP.
you're a two-time MVP, baby. That's what we were saying about Aaron Rodgers.
Well, why we don't? But here's the thing: why we don't say that about Josh Allen?
Same way,
He's not
same thing.
MVP.
Josh
He's not
Josh Allen don't
MVP.
get. But why
Same.
does it matter if he's MVP or not? He should be still getting the same. He should be getting the same conversation. He should be in the same conversation
I'm not taking him out of there, but we talking about Baltimore right now.
because he don't be winning. He don't
He
win
don't.
neither in
He
the
don't.
playoffs.
But Josh Allen have impactful games in the playoffs. It wasn't
When he
Buffalo.
hasn't.
Buffalo didn't lose like when they lost to Patrick Mahomes. That wasn't on Josh Allen. The defense
Oh,
let Pat went down 7 or whatever many seconds. Josh Allen had actually showed up in playoff game. Lamar hasn't. That's
but
been
he
the
didn't show.
difference.
Josh Allen didn't play well last year when
But I
he
say he
had
has though. I
when he
ain't
had
say
Joe
every.
Burrow when he
But
had Joe
I
Burrow
but
at
listen,
home.
I said he has. Lamar hasn't never showed up against big time players in the playoff. He just
Well,
hasn't.
listen,
True.
Lamar been to an AFC Championship game. Josh Allen hasn't.
Hey, bro,
True.
like I said, but Josh
Never
Allen put
stood
up
though.
30 some. Josh Allen
Huh?
put up 30 some points in that loss.
Josh Allen been to the AFC Championship game.
But I'm just saying but I'm just saying it's time for Lamar to have him. We can't name an impactful game Lamar done had in the playoff. You can't name one.
We ain't never seen Josh Allen get past the second round.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But I can say that game wasn't on Josh Allen. When
Was
when
it? But was the game against Cincinnati on Josh Allen?
he didn't play well. That's what I'm saying.
I did. So I'm
But I,
just that's what I'm
but
saying.
but you arguing my point. My point is you can't go and tell me a game Lamar had in the playoff that you were like, boy did his thing. You can't.
He did his
Yeah.
thing against Tennessee. He
Uh,
did his thing against.
oh
He did
man,
his thing. He did his thing against
man,
Tennessee.
nah,
You know,
He
man.
did his thing
you know
against
it
the
wasn't great because
Texans.
you don't even remember it.
No,
No,
you
I
can't.
said it. What did I just tell you? I'm telling you
What
two
are you doing
games:
that
Tennessee
game,
and
bro?
Texas.
What are you
I
doing
don't have
that
to give
game?
you. Why would I give you stats? I don't have stats right in front of me. What I know is he played well enough and they won. And they
Nobody
won
talking about
and they
that
won
game,
on the
Lamar.
road.
Nobody talking about that game on ESPN.
Listen,
He played against
all I
Tennessee.
know
What
is
Lamar
that's
did.
that's ESPN. We're not ESPN.
No, I'm talking about
This the
anybody,
this the
fans,
Auger brothers. This the Auger
fans.
brothers show, not
Me
ESPN.
and Ray
like
saying the
I don't
same
know
thing.
why you bringing ESPN up. It's beyond me.
Ray,
This is
did
not the
have
ESPN.
Lamar have an impactful moment in the playoffs?
You can't remember it, dog. That's the thing. That's what we saying. Like as a
He's
back-to-back
one.
MVP, bro, you can't point one game be like, boy, listen. If
He's
we
one.
just said Josh Allen, we
He
just said it. That
he
game
won
with Pat
games.
Mahomes is what 2 years ago,
Yes,
almost
Yeah,
you
three.
still remember it. You
but he
still
You
lost.
still
remember.
remember it.
But
You
he
still
lost.
remember it.
Oh, definitely.
The
But you remember that,
I
like,
did.
boy, Allen was a dog that game. You can't say that about Lamar yet.
No, the NFL is about what you do lately, baby. It ain't about
Oh,
what you
no doubt.
did 2-3 years ago.
Right, and
Question.
that's why I'm saying
I
Lamar got to
did.
show up. That's why I said I don't care what he do in the regular season. He got to show up in the playoff. Exactly.
I'm just telling you. It's about what you do lately, man. All right, bro. Let's get into the Steelers. Let's get to the Steelers and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson had a pretty good game the other day. I think one touchdown, one interception. I think it's 23 for 31, something in that range. 270 yards passing. Key starters all can Wilson get a championship for the Steelers? Can he win the Super Bowl with this team?
Well, anything possible when you get in the playoff with the defense the Steelers got. He don't turn the ball over. He a veteran. Anything he can. Yes, the way in the ain't no dominant team in the AFC. Chiefs is not really dominating. Baltimore up and down. Josh Allen them be so he definitely got a chance to get to the Super Bowl. Can he win it? I don't know about all that, but he definitely got a chance to come out the AFC with that defense and they coach very well. Say if they get home field, you got to go through Pittsburgh, the weather, this and that. So definitely, they will have a shot, to come out the AFC because it's just wide open. There's no dominant team over there to me. It's just very wide open. So I say I give them a chance to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, everything that Key said, I think their running game is a little more improved this year. Now he's kind of having a little bounce back year. Like I said it's really on their defense. Russ gonna protect the ball. He's getting the ball the pickings a little bit more. So yeah, it'll be because of the defense, not so much for Russell for me.
I don't know if they can. I don't think they can win the Super Bowl. Not as constructed. Running game is mid to average at times. Whether I don't care which running backs in there, they don't always break the game open. Um, they do play winning football, and that's the reason why they keep winning in the regular season. But when you get to the playoffs, man, you got to have somebody that's a little bit more dynamic. I do think he gives a better chance than Justin Fields, though. I think that's the difference. Justin Fields doesn't give them the chance to win a Super Bowl at all. I don't think Justin Fields gives them a chance to win the first round playoff game. Russell do that. Having the first round game at home will help them. But I'm not sure if he can win. You can win a Super Bowl with Russ at quarterback anymore, unless they just have some breaks. The offense all of a sudden gets a little hot and they really start making some plays out there. But for now, currently constructed, I don't see this team winning Super Bowl like that. But I do realize that he is the best choice for this team of getting to the playoffs and winning the first round game. So, and he's playing well. He's playing well enough. So we'll see how that goes moving forward. Let's jump into the next one. Right now, are the Lions the best team in the NFL? Can you start us off again, man?
Yes, right now the Lions is the best team in the NFL. They hungry, the coach hungry. They got the running game, they got the receivings, they got the quarterback got confidence. They show you they can win any type of way. They can win in a shootout, they can win in a close game, they win coming from behind. So as of right now, I'm not seeing no one playing better ball than Detroit. I would say right now, as of today, if I had to pick who's the best team in the NFL, they would be.
No, before you go, Ray, let me ask this, Key. Would you pick them over the Chiefs right now as the Super Bowl favorite?
Yes, I would. If I had to pick them right now, I would pick them over the Chiefs. Even though
Okay.
they haven't did it, and I know the Chief, it's just something about the Chief this year, bro. It just they just don't score a lot of points. I know Pacheco might come back. That might help them getting their running game back. But Mahomes hasn't been very good this year. And we all waiting because we getting him the benefit of the doubt that he turns it on in the playoff. But he's the one that hasn't been good for the Chiefs. So for that reason, if I had to pick today, even though Detroit hadn't done anything, it just, they've been knocking and been doing it the right way for years, building through the draft. They got a little taste of the playoff last year, and it's just one of those teams where I would say I would pick them over the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, they're definitely the best team in the league. They got everything that you need to win a Super Bowl. They can beat you with the running game. They can beat you with the passing game and the shootout. Defensively, they solid. Just worry about getting pressure on the quarterback. Losing Hutchinson is big. I know they picked up your boy, the boy from Green Bay, Minnesota. But that would be the only thing I would like. They just don't get enough pressure. But right now, they're the best team in the league, hands down.
Darius Smith.
Yeah, Darius. Yeah, hands down, they're the best team in the league. They can beat you however you want to be beat.
So you would pick them as a Super Bowl favorite?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because like I said, they can beat you in a grinded out running game. If they get in a shootout, they got a elite passing game. And shit, Jared Goff averaging like 9.2 yards per pass. Dog. That's damn first down every time he throws the ball. So they hitting on all cylinders right
Okay. Well, I agree, man. I think right now, the way they're playing, the way they're attacking the field, first of all, their running game is second to none. They got
now.
two explosive athletes at the running back position. No matter when you have them in, whether it's Montgomery, whether it's the other back, I mean, the talent there is undeniable. They have great talent at the receiving core. They got they got the talent with Brown, catching those intermediate passes and really breaking through tackles. And then when they bring back Williams, he's one of the most explosive players on the field. He's just too
Yeah.
fast, man. He's so fast, he can catch that ball and go. So it's just it's gonna be hard to put them out. If I look at the NFC as in totality, they are the team right now. Now, when you get to the playoffs, I'm not sure injuries, barring any injuries. I do like their chances. I would love to see Detroit in the Super Bowl just because their fans state that their fans deserve it. And then it would be just interesting to see like how they show up because I heard how they showed up in Houston and they were deep. Like so,
Yeah.
like so they were deep in Houston. They were absolutely deep in Houston. And they second line outside, not second line, but they what
Yeah,
they do
Detroit.
they Detroit shuffle. Where they did a Detroit shuffle out there. They did all that in the middle parking lot from what I heard, and then in the stadium. In the stadium, they were doing their little shuffle thing they be doing. Like so their little Detroit hustle dance. They be doing all that. So they roll deep. I heard how deep they was too. So it's gonna be interesting to see their fans if they get to a Super Bowl, especially if it's in New Orleans. It would be crazy to see Detroit fans down there. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think they're a good story, and they're gonna be tough to beat. They're gonna be
Oh,
real tough to beat. And Golf is playing exceptional football right now. He's seeing the field well, and I do like them as a Super Bowl favorite.
yeah.
Um, so just talking about golf. Let's get into this part and key starts off again. Like, would you consider golf as the NFL lead for MVP? Or who do you have in mind for your MVP right now?
I would say definitely golf is in the running. Josh Allen and Lamar. Right now, those will be my top three for MVP right now. So definitely, you got to go with what he's doing with the best record. They got the best record in the league. What they got, one loss. So the
Yeah, I
way
think they got one loss. Yes.
yeah, the way he's playing and this and right now, he probably got a little slight edge. And then I have to go with Josh Allen as two. Because what Josh Allen doing right now with not really no number one receiver, it's on him to win for Buffalo right now. All him. He don't have as much talent as Detroit got. So, like I said, those will be my 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be a close one. I got Josh Allen 1, Lamar 2, Jared Goff 3. I think Josh Allen doing right now with, I know they just got Amari Cooper, but he's been banged up since he's been there. I think he only played once.
Twice.
But he's having the best statistics wise of his career. He's not turning the ball over. And I think record matters. Like they're 9 and 2. Lamar is gonna be Lamar. Lamar is always electric. He's gonna put on a show. And he's gonna always be in the MVP conversation. But I think right now, if we had to pick somebody, I would go with Josh Allen.
I'm gonna still go with Lamar's one. I think one. I don't see. I mean, yeah, he played bad, but I think if you look at totality of the season, Josh Allen's lost twice, and in the 2 losses he played awful. The Texans, and I think he's lost to the Texans, and we've lost to the Ravens, and he played awful in both games. And both teams, the Texans barely beat them, but the Ravens blew them out. So I think we're looking at, we have just a revisual history. We tend to do this when somebody has a really good game. He had a really good game against the Chiefs. He had an okay game. Outside that touchdown run, some of the things he did was a little sketchy. Like the pass he threw when he threw it up and he got it picked off. And I don't know why he threw that pass. It is what it is. Mahomes just played worse than him. That was the difference. And they won. So I'm not gonna say Lamar's not still 1. Maybe it's 1-1-8 right now. I think if Lamar comes back, have a great game next week and does his thing because matter of fact, next week they play the Chargers on Monday Night Football. So if he has a great game, no, it's this week actually. Yeah. He played the Chargers on Monday Night Football. If he has a great game and balls out in LA, you never know. We're gonna go back and say Lamar's still the best player in the league. He's still MVP 3. They're gonna keep saying it, and so I think it's one of those things where we just caught up in the moment. But I mean, Josh Allen has been playing well for the most part. I can't say the reason why he's playing well because of he doesn't have a top tier receiver. I think the running game has really helped him more than anybody in the NFL. I think now he's got a solid running game with Cook. And they run the ball more, has helped him in his way of playing football and making sure that he's keeping the turnovers down. So the running game alone has done more for them at that core, man. So I like what they're doing. And yeah, as long as he keeps playing ball, man, he'll be all right. But I think there's no difference right now where they are as far as the rankings because I do think that Lamar just had a bad game. But before that, he had like 4 or 5 straight games where he was just absolutely unreal. Yeah. Absolutely unreal. I mean, if it wasn't for him, like the Bengals game, without him, they lose. And they lose convincingly. So I can't just say Lamar's not still the same player. If he had a bad game, which we all know traditionally he's done, he struggled against that franchise. So I don't know. Any more thoughts on that?
It's gonna be a close one.
It was me a good one, man. All right, bro. Let's get into the NFL pick'ems.
Now it's time for the Argument Brothers NFL Pick'ems.
Y'all know the situation, man. Ray, you start us off, and you go Ray, Key, then I finish it out. So, all right, Ravens gets charged, and Ray start us off.
Chargers.
I got the Ravens. Monday Night Football. Man, listen, in LA, that boy Lamar always shines in LA. It don't matter who they playing. He always ball. So I got the Ravens on that one. All right, Commanders versus Cowboys. Who you got?
Commanders, easy.
Commanders.
Man, this is a rival game, and the boys them boys ain't the boys no more, dog.
Didn't I tell y'all they wasn't gonna make the playoffs last month?
They ain't the boys no more, bro. They ain't the boys no more. They ain't the boys. I don't know who they are.
Hey, remember I said they wasn't gonna make the playoffs, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think he said that. I think we all kind of said that at
Especially
that
losing
point.
Dak don't help him.
Yeah, they ain't the boys no more though, bro.
If a Dak was there, they still wouldn't make the playoff.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had a better shot without Dak, dog. They
It's
definitely is
us.
just some cow. Yeah, they gotta
It's
figure it out. They got some figuring out to do. So yeah,
might go,
I got the
I might go
Commanders.
find me a tailgate. The Saints all might go out there and find me a tailgate.
Oh, they play today, right? At 1 o'clock, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell no. I bet that game gonna be so packed with Commander fans because they ain't like somebody gotta sell them tickets. They can't even sell those tickets.
Oh no,
Your
they going
team
to the game.
trash,
They going to the game today, boy.
man.
Them fans gonna be
Kyle
out
saying
there.
they going.
Man, ain't no way I'll be up in that thing. Your team trash like this, and you got to go to the rival team and sit there and listen to it. They
Oh
gonna
yeah.
play that dumb Commander song all day long, man. Who are we? The Commanders. They gonna play that song all day, man. All right, next game up: Bears versus Vikings. Who you got, Ray?
I got the Bears.
Okay.
Vikings.
Yeah, I got the Vikings too, man. I don't see the Bears win that game. I don't know why you even picked them,
Still, man,
but
bounce back.
Well,
hey, it's your
Got to
prerogative,
turn
but
around
I
at
don't
some
see
point.
you.
right. I don't know why he would pick that.
Hey, man,
Yeah,
sometimes you
I
gotta
don't
be better
see.
lucky than good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see that happening, brother. I don't know. I know, but hey, man, listen, to each his own.
Right.
I ain't mad at you. You know, you want to go on the street. Hey, man, you gotta do your thing sometimes. But
I'm gonna be
yeah,
what the lone wolf. Sometimes you gotta be the lone wolf, dog.
You might want to go on the app on that one, Ray. Yeah, you feeling that way. You
Might
might
be
want to go
win me
on
some
pay.
money, dog.
You might want to go on FanDuel with that one. You'll win some money.
On
yeah,
FanDuel, man. Download and get my free picks.
man, you better play the what's the names first. You better play the odds.
Yeah.
You better play the odds, cause yeah, I don't see it, brother. But good luck though. All right, next up, Lions versus Colts. Who you got?
I got the Lions in a blowout.
Yeah, I got the Lions.
Yeah, I got the Lions too. It's gonna be tough. I don't think it's gonna be a good blowout though. I do think it's gonna be the Lions winning that game. All right, Rams versus Eagles. Who you got?
Eagles, they playing well.
What they playing at?
Philly.
I'm going Rams.
Mm,
Uh, Rams been starting to get healthy. They've been playing good ball the last few weeks at home.
mm.
I'm
Yeah, I'm
going
going
Rams.
Eagles. I'm going Eagles, bro. I know the Rams got a good pass rush, but I'm not sure they have the renegade is gonna stop this team, man. That team's gonna run that ball, brother. So I got the Eagles win this game. All right, next up, 49ers versus Packers. Who you got?
The pack. No Purdy.
What they playing at?
Pack.
Are they playing? I don't think they're
Green
playing in
Bay.
Green Bay. I thought they're playing San Francisco.
Going 49ers.
No, they're playing the
It's
Packers.
in
They're
Green
playing
Bay.
in New
Oh,
England.
they playing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go Green Bay then. They playing Green Bay. If they was in Frisco, I'd win Frisco. I'm gonna go Green Bay.
Nah, I'm gonna go. I would have went Green Bay. They'd have played in San Francisco. There's no Purdy. He's out for the
Yeah,
game.
Oh, I ain't know that.
yeah, he
Yeah, I'm
out.
going Green.
That's losing. It's a wrap on that one. All right, one last up. We got Arizona versus Seattle. Who you got?
Ooh, it's a pick 'em, dog, because Arizona playing actually sneaky well. Uh, let's go with Arizona.
I'm gonna go Seattle.
I agree. This is a pick'em game. I'm gonna go with Seattle though. I just like the way they're playing. I like the way the Cardinals playing too, but I think
Well,
they're both playing well. But this game's in Seattle. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be crazy. Low key, Kyler Murray's playing really, really good
He,
football.
he is playing well. He's playing well.
Really good. I think he's averaged. I think he got like 12 touchdowns, maybe 3 or 4 interceptions. He's not turning the ball over. He's getting to his
running game well.
playmaking. I
Yeah,
guess he
Connor
took his.
running well.
Yeah, I think they're playing really good football. Shout out to their coach, man, because a lot of people didn't have no faith in them, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
playing really good football. I think people wrote off Kyler at some point. So watching him do what he's doing, I have a lot of respect for that, man. He's
What's their
playing out the
record?
gate.
so this should
Six
be
and
for the
four.
division
Oh,
lead.
Yeah, they play 6 and 4. So they playing good football, bro. They really have stepped it up, and he stepped up his quarterbacking. So You gotta give it up to him. All right, man. Let's get to some NFL action. I mean, not NFL, college football action that happened last night. CFP discussion too as well. Let's talk about Colorado. We saw what happened with them losing last night to Kansas or yesterday to Kansas. Let's talk to Key. Start us off, man. What's their chances of making the playoffs after last night loss to the Kansas
Oh,
Jayhawks?
yeah, their chances went out the window last night. They had to win out to get in. Their you know, And I think, bro, they just went. I'm like Deion. I think they went in there with a big head. They had been rolling. Sometimes listen to the hype, because the defense, like they forgot how to tackle yesterday. They had been playing well. It's crazy when one guy had a total of 280 some yards, total yards and 4 touchdowns. Like they only threw the ball, I want to say 3 or 4 times in the second half, bro. Like literally on it, you let somebody just run it down your throat, just manhandle punk you, bro. For a team, they was running on damn 39, getting first downs. So, but yeah, they chances went out the window. Still, I think Deion gonna be coach of the year. Nobody expect him to even win 8 or 9 games. I think Travis gonna get Heisman. Great season for Prime, but yeah, they chances, and they still need help. I think to even get to the title game, you got to win that. So yeah, they chances. They had to win out to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, by them losing yesterday, they didn't have the control now to get to the Big 12 championship game. They need a lot of help. Even if all of them, I think Arizona State, and them, they get 7 wins in division, I think they're going to pick Arizona. I think Arizona State, if I'm not mistaken. So they blew yesterday, but great season. I mean, they still have a lot to play for. They can still get one of those big bowl games outside of the playoffs. Like I said, they turned it around without a running game. It's strictly Shador or nothing. Their defense has definitely improved. This season, they just blew it yesterday to make it the playoffs because they would have had to win the Big 12 to get in. So yeah, they definitely blew it.
Ray, what's wrong with your mic, man?
I'm
Yeah,
like
it's your
running
internet
yellow.
service. It's your
Shit.
internet service, man. Your internet service
Yeah,
is
you
Yeah,
so
you
sound
bad.
crazy.
horrible, bro.
I
Yeah,
got the same time you got.
I'm
Nah,
just
your
trying to
joint
tell you the
sound
truth, bro.
horrible, bro.
I be telling you this all the time, and you just don't be listening to something, man. But your internet service, man. I don't know what your router you using, the modem you got.
And y'all,
You sound
y'all,
like a
y'all hate,
robot, dog.
y'all haters.
They
Y'all
gonna hate
haters.
it, bro. We both see the same thing.
Y'all haters.
Nah, I ain't
Like,
hating, bro. Yours don't sound like a robot, bro.
Even your friends hate on you.
Nah,
bro, I'm just being honest with you. It sounds so choppy. It's like this all the time. Like I'm like, I
Oh,
don't know
they
if you
don't be
got.
like all the time.
Yes, it does, bro.
sound bad, Ray.
No.
I
I
ain't
don't
gonna.
know if you have a lot of devices on one router. I don't know what it is. I
I'm on
don't know
my
how many
separate
modems
router.
you. I
I'm
don't.
on my secondary router.
I don't know, but everything's pulling from the same modem. It has to be the problem, dog. Like, cause I had a lot of you, cause I can hear it. We've been hearing it for a while. We tell you all the time. You just be like, yeah, like you're fuzzy right now. If I took a picture of you, you'd be like, you'll be like, what? You'll be like, oh man, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah, we've been telling you for a while. It's fuzzy. It's fuzzy right now, man. I'll just tell
What, the
you the truth.
picture?
It's fuzzy. Yeah, it's a little hazy here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, like I can see Keith, Easy, myself, and I look at yours. You look like a fuzz, like a graphic picture.
That's crazy.
But to agree with everybody, yeah, man, I do think it's up to smoke. I mean, his not the only one. I mean, last night, Bama, we lose it, we lost. Our stuff's up to smoke. Everybody up to smoke, man. Like this has been a crazy season. Texas A&M losing last night. They're done. I'm very interested to see how this Tuesday gonna look. Because there's a lot of teams who lost. We're gonna get into that, but man, like it's crazy. I watched the game last. Boy, they were getting the ball ran down to. It seems like it was the first team that committed to run the ball down their throats. It seems like everybody else that would run it and then stop. Um, but you have to realize, like Shador didn't play that great on last night. I don't know why the Shallow play, bro. Like I don't get why Shallow plays. Like I don't like what is Shallow good at? Like I mean, I get that he's a safety, he's a hard hitting safety, but if he ain't can't hit nobody hard, man, they put that boy in coverage, it's a wrap. And the thing about it last night was he was coming downhill And I don't know if he was missing dudes on purpose. I really don't get that part. But he was the running that Neil was running right past him. And I'm just like, man, like what's going on with this? So it wasn't a typical game that I noticed. It seems like Kansas just was the more physical team. They wanted to be the more physical team. They showed they're the more physical team. Um, to be honest with you, with Travis, let's talk about that a little quickly about his Heisman chances. I don't know. I know we see something. We've talked about this, but he's doing something we've never seen before, and that's great and all. Um, but do you think he deserves a Heisman because we're seeing something we never did before? Because he's not. If you look at his stats, I think he did get over like 1,000 yards receiving last night, which I think is great. I think that's awesome. But they're a throwing team, right? So
Yeah.
that makes sense. I'm not sure if he leads them in yards. He may do, he may don't. I know he doesn't lead them in touchdowns as far as receivers. But when you look at the best in the last 10 years, there's only been one receiver to win the Heisman, and that was Smitty. And Smitty had like 1,900 yards receiving that year. Like
Yep.
he had like 15, 16, 17 touchdowns. Like he had to get like a couple of touchdowns of punt returns. He had an phenomenal season. It doesn't happen to see the player like that. They only did it I think he did it in 12 games that year because that was the COVID year. So you normally see somebody when they're putting receivers or even a DB's it's only been one DB ever won it, right? That's Woodson.
Wilson.
Um, that you only see those type of things happen when somebody just has an astronomical year or their team is really, really good, right? They get to a championship or they win a championship like Wilson did. Ray, start us off with this part. Like, do you think he deserves to win the Heisman, even though he's because he's doing something we haven't seen before, or should there be a little pause in that now that his team's lost 3 games and not going to play for a playoff berth?
Yeah, what he's doing is phenomenal. No doubt about it. Playing a number of snaps both ways. It's not just him playing, both ways. The number of snaps. He's very seldom
Yeah,
coming
he's
off.
played. Yeah, true.
So that's definitely commendable. But he's not the best receiver in the country. He's not the best DB in the country. So he's only getting a nod, honestly, in my opinion, because he's playing both ways. I don't think he will win it just based on history. History, if you're your quarterback and your team make the playoffs, you're winning the Heisman, right? And I think the leader in the front house, if Cam Ward continues to lead the NCAA in touchdowns and yards, make the playoffs, I think he wins the Heisman.
Man, Cam Ward ain't win no goddamn Heisman, man. Get out of here.
No, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
Man, you ain't beat a ranked team all season. Who have you beat ranked?
No, he leads NCAA in passing yards. He leads in touchdowns, and the team got 10 wins.
You ain't beat a ranked team all year.
We can't, when the season started, teams were ranked. We can't determine when they rank and when they're not ranked.
Who did you beat there was the start of the season that was ranked? Who did you beat?
Louisville was ranked when we played them. I mean, the week before we played them, they were ranked, right? Like, we can't help teams getting ranked when we play them. That's not we play who's on the schedule at the end of the day.
Ray, y'all ain't beat nobody, man.
Watch what happens.
Y'all ain't beat nobody, man.
Question, I don't think he will win the Heisman. He'll go, but he's not even the best at his position, receiver or DB.
I can agree with that part. I mean, you can listen to that part, and that's 1,000% correct. Like 1,000%, that could be an issue. Key, man, what's your thoughts on it since you check back in?
Yeah, I think he's gonna win the Heisman. I think what we've seen, bro, is nothing never been done before. He got over 1,000 yards. Like you said, receiving. He's their best player on the team. Probably the best player in college football from a standpoint of those many snaps. I don't know how many interceptions he's got on the year. Tackles and deflections. So to me, right now, I think he's number one to win the Heisman right now. And like I said, coming into the season, no one even had them winning 5 games. And it's the reason why they are 8-3 or whatever is mostly because of him. Because they need him to play both sides. They ain't like, oh, dude, bro, we put you a little bit at receiver, we put it. Now they need him to be their best player every night. And so from that standpoint of, bro, like like you said, because there ain't nobody really in college football when you say like the quarterback just standing off, that's just really just killing shit. Like you were saying, like when Miami, yeah, Cam Ward putting up numbers, but like you said, who has they really beat? You know what I'm saying? What really legit defense have they faced that he just tore up? You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's why I say I would give him the edge right now.
Yeah, I can see Ray. I can see him winning the chip though. I mean, I can see him doing it. I just don't think he's had the type of season that I would that is locked and sold up, right? I don't think that part. I think the amount of snaps is what everybody's focusing on. But you said it correct. He's not having a surreal season. He's not having something that we're like it's standing on. Like the kid from Bowie State is actually having a surreal season. He's literally putting up the type of stats that you look at and say, man, like this kid is really running through his own league and he's beat some of the best players out there. He ran over 100, maybe 200 yards, almost 200 yards against Oregon. So he's done it against the elite competition. I don't think that Travis is doing it at that level, but because he makes a lot of flash plays, the plays he makes, we see would be like, man, like those flash plays that he does do when he's out there on the field, like yesterday when he caught that one pass for a touchdown. Um, but my whole thing is we always held winning as a statue, and they're not winning at that level. So that's my only issue I have with it. Like, so what's the criteria now? I know we always talk about the Lamar year. But the Lamar year, it was a lot of parity that year. And Lamar's season stood out. His season was out the world that year. Like you go look at Lamar's stats the years, I think his sophomore year, when he won it, man, that shit was unreal. Like, I mean, you go look at it, like he had video numbers at that point, right?
Mhm.
And so they had 3 losses. You can deny because of his stats. But then this dude, his stats ain't blowing nobody out the water.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I do think he's going to sneak it out because I think the people just don't watch enough Boise State football enough to really to look at him and look at the Genty kid and say he deserves it. And there's no standout player across the world. I mean, Cam Ward has had a phenomenal season, and he should get a lot of consideration. But I mean, Cam Ward didn't beat nobody, bro. Let's
Hey,
be real.
bro. Just
When he had a
give me that
chance,
natty, baby. That's all I
when
want.
he had a chance to put his stamp on it, it should have been the Georgia Tech game,
Yeah. That
and he
definitely
didn't do it.
fucking did. They suck.
So if they'd have been an undefeated team, top 3, top 4, yeah, I think so, right? Um, yeah, I just don't see it. I think a lot of people should look at the Oregon kid a little bit more, the
Oh,
quarterback.
Gabriel.
Yeah, I think Gabriel has a good shot on him, but I think he just won't win it. But he's
Yeah.
playing but he's the best. He's the best player on the best team in the country, so he should get a shot at it. But who knows? But yeah, I don't. If Ward wins it, I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
I'll be shocked, man. Maybe you don't want him to win it because you know how Miami works when they win a Heisman.
Yeah, just give me
It
that
don't
playoff, baby. 2 more
it
wins.
don't
Let's
it
go.
don't it don't go well for y'all. It don't bode well for y'all. All right, man. Let's get to a little bit about Deion talk though. All right, and Keith, start us off. And you think Deion should leave Colorado and go to the NFL for the Dallas Cowboys?
That's kind of hard. And the only there would have to be a conversation with him and Jerry, and I don't think it's gonna happen because of that reason, because of Jerry. Because Jerry ain't just gonna let you come over and not gonna be doing what he do. You know what I'm saying? That's to me why it's not gonna happen. And Dion personality is not gonna let Jerry just come to the locker room or be on this and that. So that's why that thing is not gonna happen because we all know Dion personality, we all know Jerry Jones personality, and I think Jerry Jones just wants to win his way. If it ain't his way, he don't really care because you're still talking about the Cowboys every day. You're still the number one franchise. So, and I think we saw that when he had Jimmy Johnson and Parcell, and he want coaches that he can control, he can have input on doing stuff, and Dion just not one of those. So that's why I don't see that happening.
Mm.
Yeah, I would stay where we are. I think his calling is just college. The impact he can have on kids' lives is more in college and NFL. Because we see it in NFL, if a player not gonna want to play, he ain't playing for you. He make too much money, and Prime not gonna go for that. Players not wanting to play hard and play the right way. And then, like I said, Jerry wants to win the way, like you said, Key. And then I just think their personalities, both of them are too big to be in the same locker room, right? No matter how big the bag is that Jerry or any NFL team will throw at Prime, I just think it's calling. It may not always be just in Colorado, but I just think at some college school, I think that's what his calling is. So I think he's just on the college level.
To me, honestly, man, it's really based on what Deion wants to do. Like if Deion has went on record saying that Deion wants to be the first black coach to win the national championship. If he's going to do that, he can't do that in NFL. He's not making history in the NFL. If he wants to make history like he says he wants to make history, these are his words. Then he needs to stay at Colorado. He just signed the kid, or he just got the kid from Georgia, Julian Lewis, to commit there, which is a big commit. That he has the highest ranked player that has ever committed to the University of Kansas. So I'm excuse me, Colorado. And so for that alone, he should think about the fact that he wants to stay there to just try to create that history, to win the championship, to bring prominence back to Colorado. I think it'd be humongous. I think this is a get from a quarterback standpoint. He's not gonna probably get another player to come there. I think this kid may be better than it's definitely. I think it's better than his son. So, and I think he's gonna start as a freshman. So, with that being said, man, why even move anywhere else? You are in route of doing what you said you want to do. And I think there's no other better choice out there than staying with Colorado with the talent that you're bringing in. It's a little cold there. I'm pretty sure Dallas is warmer. His son may be playing there. You never know. But for the most part, man, I think for Deion's sake, man, I think if this is what he wants to do. He said he wants to make history in that world. And this is the only route he should take.
Unless his son go to the Raiders or something, they want to bring him in as a coach. Unless he want to coach his son.
Will you think they'll fire the coach who they just signed last year?
Yep.
I don't know. They would, because it's
You
Deion.
think so?
Yeah,
You
it's
think so?
Deion.
They'll fire him?
David got big money.
That's the only.
I
That's the
don't.
only move. That's the only move I can see, because they're gonna let him run the locker room and let him be Deion. And you in Vegas, you know what I'm saying? That's the only move to me that I can see him going to the NFL for.
I don't think they'll fire that coach, man. Not that coach. That coach seems to be he tends to be a respected person in that locker room. That's the reason why they even gave him a position. They just one
Yeah.
quarterback away though. They don't have the quarterback. So I don't know. He's a former Raider, former guy. Seems like they like him. They gave him up for a 3 or 4 year deal. Now he's got some financial issues that he may want to figure out, but
But
for the most part,
he ain't gonna move them ticket sales like Deion.
Yeah.
you gotta sell a new stadium.
That shit gonna
He ain't
sell
gonna,
regardless.
yeah, he's gonna tell regardless, but that's a whole nother type of sale. You Deion, your coach in Vegas with his son, that's a whole nother type of sale.
We'll see. All right, man. So let's talk a little bit about the college football playoffs. What we're gonna see this Tuesday. Ray, start us off, man. What's your thoughts on it? What do you think we're gonna see as far as the ranking for the first 12 this coming Tuesday when the polls come out?
Shit, a lot of shuffling. um, but it's so early. I mean, even though it's late in college football season, I think these championship games are still going to decide a lot of movement. So I think really, honestly, Tuesday really don't matter because you still got the championship games. Teams that might be in the top 10 could move up to the top 3 or 4 because they won their conference. So nothing's going to really shock me on Tuesday. It really don't matter, honestly, but it will be a lot of movement.
Key.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who. I don't think too much probably changed by the top four, right, from last week, because you still got Ohio State one, you still
Oregon,
got
Penn
Oregon, you
State,
still who
Penn State still
Texas.
should be in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they still won and Texas still won. So only thing gonna change is the after that the teams that lost. You know what I'm saying? Some teams gonna move up because of the team that's lost, like Ole Miss and Alabama, and who else lost? It's gonna be interesting where they put Indiana now. The way they got beat, but having Ole Miss and Alabama lose, they probably still gonna be in the top 10. So Texas A&M lost, so so like I said, the top four still gonna be the same. It's gonna be interesting where they put Miami at. But like in the day, say if Miami win, whoever win the conference is gonna be top four anyway. So that's all gonna change. So it's really gonna come down to after next week, who win, and then who win their conference.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
and what's called it might move back up in the top 10 now. It helped them Tennessee by Alabama and Ole Miss are losing. So Tennessee move gonna probably jump in the top 10.
yeah. I think this. I think this is what you're going to see. It is going to be some shifting, but it's going to be tough because BYU lost.
Yeah.
So BYU was in the top. I think BYU was number 14. So it's really how they're going to shift these things, right? Like, because a lot of teams, the problem you have is Georgia probably stayed the same. Georgia's going to go up because Georgia last was 10th. Georgia goes up now. They replace Alabama. Tennessee goes up, replace whether it's Texas A&M or Ole Miss. So they're gonna get replaced. But that middle, that 13, 14, 15, 16 is gonna be interesting as hell because a lot of those teams lost. From like Alabama was to 7. I think Ole Miss was like 8 or 9. They're 8 or 9. So you just Georgia at 10. And you got like 11, 12. Like those are teams that won, that lost, they're gonna move up. So South Carolina, where are they gonna go? They're a 3-loss team. So
Yeah,
it's
they
gonna be some
playing tough.
teams that are gonna lose. Like there are gonna be some teams that are gonna be able to go up, but can they pass people? Because you can't put South Carolina past Alabama because South Carolina beat Alabama. So what you gonna put these teams at is gonna that lost to other teams. That's gonna be a very interesting perspective. Tennessee goes back up. Are you? Here's another thing, and here's something that I'm very interested in. All right, so if you're a Tennessee, if you're a Texas A&M, but you're a Tennessee or you're a Georgia, most likely you're gonna get into the SEC championship game. If you
Yeah.
get an SEC championship game with 2 losses, if you lose again, that's it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
That's
Well, they
unfortunate.
said, the committee said it depends on how you lose, right?
The committee hasn't said anything as far as championship games. They just stated
No,
like,
no, they asked them that the other night. They were like, "Well, so what if a team? It ain't fair to a team that if they play one more game than a team that not making a conference, are they automatically out?" And then the guy was like, "Well, we've been discussing that, but it's different, right? Depends on how you. We're just not gonna punish you because you played the extra game. It depends on how do you lose that game. You know
well,
what I'm saying?
no, I'm gonna tell you where that tells you, and if that holds true, it will hold true if Indiana is not in the top 10. If Indiana's not in the top 10 or top 12, that makes sense. But if Indiana does not drop lower than 12, then that's not going to be true. Because that would mean because Indiana's not going to that was their last game of the season against
I
Ohio
don't
State.
think I don't think Indiana get in the playoffs. I hate to say it.
If they don't drop, if Indiana does not drop past
Huh?
12, if Indiana comes out on Tuesday, Indiana's at like 8, 9, 10, 11. Anything in between, they were at 5, 6 to 12. If they're still in that top 12, that means Indiana will be in the playoff. And they don't have another game. And then they got one more game, and I don't think they play a ranked team all season. They beat a ranked team all season.
I don't see how they get in, but it's gonna be interesting.
Oh,
I just for me, I want to see how you get in because you laid an egg when you play the top tier team,
I'm just
and
telling you, if he's saying what they're saying, they actually automatically Indiana should drop out of the top
because I
12.
think you're gonna get full SEC team with if they
Okay.
got 2 losses with 2 losses, then
I
you're
don't think
gonna
you're not gonna get 4.
I think
How you
you'll
gonna
get
get them? Tennessee, the only 2 lost teams are Tennessee and Georgia, and they're
and,
gonna have to play an SEC championship game.
well,
Texas
you got
is a
Texas,
1 loss
you
team.
got Texas and 1 loss team.
Texas is a 1 loss team.
Yes, Texas is a 1 loss team, so they're
Who
gonna be
you
in
But you
the
said
who you
how you
14
gonna
then?
how you gonna
huh?
get 4 teams? Everybody else lost 3.
I think a
Well,
3-loss team
well,
will get in, bro.
If Texas A&M will shake it up, if Texas A&M beat Texas, because Texas A&M will play for the SEC championship, because they
They
only
got a
got They only got 2 losses in the SEC. Texas A&M only got 2 losses.
They
Texas
play
lost
next
to
week.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying
Texas
if they
was
beat
lost.
Texas, if
Texas
they
lost
beat
to Auburn. But
and
if Texas A&M lost to Auburn, they lost to
they only got 2
South
losses.
Carolina,
Nah, they only got
and
2
their
losses.
third loss to Notre Dame. So, but here's the thing though: if you
Yeah,
play, so the Texas, this was Texas A&M. If they even, let's say they do beat Texas, they got to play Texas again the
right,
following week.
right. And
So
so
that's
then,
if they lose, that's their third loss. That's their
right,
fourth
right,
loss.
right. It'll be their
Is
third.
it?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
it
So
they?
they might get. So yeah, you
But
might
they
get.
have three. They have three losses.
Right. That's why I said the play. Well, because Tennessee got 2 losses, but they probably ain't gonna play in the championship game. Because Texas is gonna be one of them, and then say if Georgia, to me, say if Georgia and Texas play, and Georgia lose by like 3, I still think Georgia get in because of the strength of schedule.
They might.
I, I still think Georgia get in,
And
They're
you
gonna
get
be a
in though.
3-loss team, in there,
But
bro.
how is there three losses? You can't just say like because they're at the end of the day, they lose, they still a three-loss team.
but still
I think a
because they'll
3-loss
go
team get
strength
in.
of schedule. They'll go strength of schedule. They beat Texas 1 already. They done beat probably more ranked. They done beat more ranked teams than Indiana. Indiana hadn't beat no ranked team. So if Georgia get to the SEC championship and lose to Texas, say in a close out battle, Georgia getting in with 3 losses. You can bet that.
I just look at it like I don't
You
know
can
how they
bet that.
because if that's the case, then a lot of teams shouldn't even been in the top 10.
Well, a
They should
lot
have
of
been in the
people,
top 12.
well, they do that because you got to do something. But if Georgia get to the SEC championship and lose to Texas in a close one, they getting in. They
But
getting in.
what happened in Texas A&M? Well, Texas A&M beat Texas, right? Play them again and lose by 2 touchdowns in the championship. Do you still put the Georgia at that point just sitting at home with 2 losses?
But Georgia gonna get in, bro. Georgia gonna
Because
get in.
you didn't control your own destiny. You could have had
But
your own destiny. You
but
controlled it.
but it's the teams they Georgia beat. And right now, Georgia probably gonna be a top 6 starting tomorrow.
Yeah, you can
Georgia
talk
gonna
about the
beat.
team. You can talk about the team that Georgia beat, but then the losses they had, whether it's Alabama was a decent loss, but that Ole Miss loss is awful.
But shit, Ole Miss was
And
just ranked. Ole Miss was just ranked.
then Ole Miss goes out get thumped by Florida.
Yeah, but I'm just saying Georgia gonna be in there, bro.
Mhm.
Georgia gonna get in there. You best believe that. Cause
It's
Indiana
gonna
ain't
be a
beat
3-loss
nobody.
team get in.
Yeah, huh?
It's gonna be a 3-loss team get in.
Yeah,
I think.
Georgia lose 3. Georgia getting in. What's gonna hurt y'all is y'all lost to 2 unranked teams.
Not when we played them.
No, yes, you did.
No, Vanderbilt was ranked. They were ranked when we
Uh,
played them.
huh?
Vanderbilt was ranked when we
Vanderbilt
played
wasn't
them.
ranked when y'all played them.
Vanderbilt was ranked when we played them. They were ranked, bro. They were
But
ranked when we played them.
Oklahoma Sooner Boom wasn't.
Now
Yes,
Oklahoma Sooners wasn't ranked.
and y'all ain't score a touchdown.
Okay,
That's what I'm saying. So y'all done.
okay.
James like next topic.
No, it ain't no next topic because he want to say we scored a touchdown. But last time I checked, LSU just score went to the end of the game.
Hey, but we scored a
Like,
touchdown.
so,
We scored a touchdown.
yeah, you scored a touchdown on my third string.
Hey,
So,
hey,
so
hey,
what is
man,
that? What's the difference?
the
What's the
difference is
difference? It
the
ain't
diff,
no difference. There ain't
the
no difference,
difference
dog.
is the
Come
difference
on,
is
man.
the
Come on,
difference is
man.
y'all didn't score a
I've been
touchdown.
waiting. I was waiting on you to do this. You didn't score until the third string,
Hey,
and you
we
were
scored a
throwing the
touchdown.
football. Did
We scored
you?
a.
Did LSU? We didn't meet last week. We didn't meet last.
All right,
Did you
bro.
not score? It was
We
42 to
talking about
6.
we
It
nigga.
was
We talking
42 to
about
6.
last night, nigga.
No,
We
we
talking
talk
about
about it.
last night.
We didn't
I
talk
can see
about
you ain't put.
LSU. We
Hey
didn't talk
Ray,
about
he ain't
LSU
put
against
that up
Bama.
on.
We didn't
We
talk about
talk.
LSU. We didn't talk about LSU against Alabama. We went here. Did you not score
Hey,
until 2 minutes
Ray,
with a
Ray,
minute left?
Ray,
You
Ray,
lost
Ray.
42. It was
That
42
nigga
to
ain't gonna put
6
that. That
at
nigga
your
ain't put that
home.
game. You can
No,
overtalk me you want.
no,
That nigga ain't put that.
you
He ain't
lost.
put the
You
game.
lost.
All right,
You
I'm gonna
lost
let you
42 to
talk.
6.
Okay,
Why you talking? You
okay,
trying to talk about another team, but you
okay.
worried about LSU. You I read this up. Y'all gonna be a mid-program. What the fuck are y'all? We beat the shit out of you.
Ray,
Like, what are
Ray,
y'all? What are
Ray,
y'all? What are y'all, bro? You can't talk when your team get blown
Ray.
out by
That
the
nigga
other
ain't must.
team.
Ray, that
You
nigga ain't
can't
must.
talk. You can't talk when your team get blown out. When
He
it was
trying to
42 to
deflect and
6.
overtalk me. I
No,
ain't about to
it was
scream
42
with
to
you,
6.
dog.
It was
I
28
ain't about
6
to scream
at
with you.
halftime. And you were sold quiet that night.
Ray,
Then
Right.
you be like, "Oh, we mid." What are you? And we mid. You
Why?
sorry fuck.
All I want to
But
know
that
is
don't
why.
make sense. Like, we gonna be a mid program, and hey, I try to tell y'all, if you keep them from running, they can't do nothing. Then what the fuck you think Nussmeier is then? Because he couldn't even score. No, he couldn't score. That's a fact. That's what happened. That's reality. LSU is not that. LSU is a bum ass program anyway. They've always had been. Check your history, nigga. Y'all won Vanderbilt. Like, so you be talking all this shit all the time. No, y'all won Vanderbilt. You be like, Ray, why you don't come home? Niggas, Ray grew up when y'all was trash. Like, oh, that's what the problem was. Like, nobody knows except you. You be talking about you a
And
fan.
nigga,
How the
y'all
fuck you
was
don't know
trash.
that?
And nigga, y'all was trash until Nick
Now we
Saban got
trash.
there. Y'all was trash until Nick Saban
No,
got
we were
there.
on probation. Look at
Oh
history of
no,
him.
y'all was on
Yes, we
probation.
was. We were
Y'all
on
still was trash.
probation.
Y'all was a
No, we were
trash
on
ass bum ass
probation.
probation school.
Bro, we were on
Trash
probation.
ass bum
Look
ass.
us up. We were playing players and
Hey, all I
everything.
want to know
We've been
is
doing it. Why do
this nigga
y'all
been
so
this
trash,
nigga been
dog?
talking for 20 minutes, bro. This nigga
Oh,
been
you
talking
trash.
for 20 minutes.
20 minutes. The whole
God
time you
damn.
doing 3
This nigga been
minutes.
talking for
You
20
just mad
minutes.
because you got
Dog nigga in
blown
they
out.
feelings. Nigga been
No, why
talking for
we in
20
our
minutes, won't never
feelings?
let you talk.
No,
Keep
why
on,
we in
bro.
our
Keep
feelings when
on.
we blew you out?
Keep on
We blew
talking.
y'all out. Why are your
Okay.
feelings? Why would I be my
Okay.
feelings? We blew y'all out. Did
All
we
I
blow
want to
you
know
out?
is all
Did
I
we
want
blow
to
you
know.
out? Did we blow y'all out?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, yeah, so what you
And all I
talking
want to
about?
know is
Come
Ray.
on, man.
And Ray,
Come
all I
on,
want to
man.
know is that nigga ain't even put the topic on this motherfucker about the game.
Come on,
We
man.
talking about everybody
I'm
losing.
talking about
That shit
CLP.
wasn't even the topic, my
I'm
nigga.
talking about
That nigga ain't
CLP.
put that bitch
You
even
can,
on the
you can,
topic,
you
my
can,
nigga.
you can bring it up. You can bring it up all you want to.
Nah,
We
fuck
talking about
that. That
CLP.
nigga Ray. That shit wasn't even
Now,
made the
now's the
topic, my
topic.
nigga.
Now the
That we
topic.
talk about we talk
the
about
top 10, man.
Colorado losing. We talk about Colorado losing. Oh, that nigga even put
No,
that bitch on the fucking topic.
I didn't put nothing, no score on any topic. I ain't put no recap at all.
Nigga,
You're not even an Oklahoma guy. But guess what you are, LSU, and you got blown out.
hey,
When are you gonna bring up the
y'all
fact
nigga
that
at
you
home
got
just
beat?
like we are. Nigga, you be on the couch watching the playoffs.
No,
You
no,
gonna be on
no,
the couch
no,
watching the playoffs.
no. We have a shot. We could have a shot. You have no chance.
That's what
We
he
took y'all away.
said.
We took your chance away.
Nigga,
No,
y'all
we
gonna
sat
be
right
on
in
the
front
couch.
of you, took
Nigga,
your
you ain't
chance
got no
away.
fucking shot. Nigga, you gonna be
No,
right on the
no, look
fucking
at that.
couch.
No,
Nigga,
no,
you
you
ain't
know
got
that.
no fucking
No, you
shot.
remember earlier this season he could have said nothing about the
Oklahoma ended
Heisman.
your fucking career last night.
You know he said nothing about the
Oklahoma
Heisman.
ended y'all last
Did
night.
he say nothing about the
Oklahoma
Heisman?
ended y'all.
No, did he say nothing
Oklahoma,
about the
no,
Heisman?
fuck that.
Did he not?
Oklahoma ended.
Did
Oklahoma stuck a fork
no,
in y'all niggas last night, nigga.
that's
Man,
about the
y'all
Oklahoma,
boys
Heisman.
crazy, man.
Oklahoma
No,
put
that's
the
about
strap on
the Heisman.
y'all ass last night.
What to show you, Ray? Look at nothing about he a Heisman Trophy winner. You crazy.
Hey, hey, nigga. Look at Melrose. That bum ass nigga can't throw. That nigga a
No,
fucking bum. He ain't gonna
where
be
you
a
worry
fuck.
about
That nigga
Murrow?
gonna be a
Where
running
you worry
back
about
in fucking
Murrow?
pro.
No,
That nigga
where
gonna
you
be a
worry about
fucking
Murrow or
running
not?
back, my nigga. That nigga
Murrow
gonna be
get
a Tim
drafted for
Tebow.
nothing,
Aggressive man,
man.
you're running back.
He'll get
That
drafted
nigga
for
gonna be a
nothing,
fucking
man.
Tim Tebow, my nigga. A
He'll
tight
get
end,
drafted. He'll
fucking
get
running
drafted
back.
higher than Nussmeier. That's all you
That nigga,
gotta know. And
shit,
you,
he ain't
hey,
getting drafted higher
no,
than that somehow.
if you're a running back, why y'all
That nigga
let him
gonna be
beat
a
y'all
fucking
42
running
to
back, my
6?
nigga.
No, he
Nigga,
blew you out.
that
He
nigga gonna
blew
be a
you out
fucking
by himself. He
yeah,
blew you out.
yeah, right. That nigga gonna
Yeah,
be a
right.
fucking
No,
running back.
no,
That boy better
no,
go back. He better go
no.
practice on fucking handoffs, my
Why you
nigga.
worry about this
That nigga
dude?
better go practice on
No,
fucking handoffs.
Hey,
That
look,
nigga
why
Key,
about to
you
be a
you gotta
fucking
work
running
on
back.
that, huh, Key?
That nigga
no,
better be,
no?
yeah,
Why
choke
you
that
worry about it? Why
motherfucker.
you worry
That
about
nigga
a
better,
cottage?
he want to play in the league. That nigga
No,
gonna
why
be
you
like
worry
this.
about a college child
Hands up
potential?
high, my nigga.
No, why you worry about a college child potential when you got
Nah,
beat
I ain't
by
no.
him? He didn't score. Did he score 4 touchdowns against you?
Yeah, cause I dumbass
Again.
thing let the
No,
nigga like they never started when he
there's a
can't run.
reason.
That
There's a
nigga throw for
reason.
100 yards, my nigga. When a nigga can't run, he throw for 100 yards.
Then why'd you worry about it? Why you didn't stop him?
Hey,
Why you didn't stop him?
that's the
No,
dumbass defensive coordinator. But we talking about
coordinator.
last night, my nigga. That
That's the
game was 2 weeks
coordinator.
ago. That game was two
No,
weeks
it
ago.
don't matter. It's on your schedule. It shows 42-13.
Hey,
It's the
all I
worst loss.
know,
It's
did
the
you
second
score
worst
last night?
loss.
Did
It's
you
the
score
second
last
worst
night?
loss.
Did
No,
you
we
score last
didn't.
night?
Why does that matter though? That's a great
It does
Oklahoma
matter.
game. That's a
It
great
does
home against
matter.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma
Hey,
fucking
I
belt
don't
the
sit on
ass
other
last
players.
night. It was belt
I
to
don't.
ass.
I
It was
don't
belt
sit.
to
I
ass.
don't sit on other teams, bro. You do. You got to beat 42-14 at home. No,
Hey,
you've been quiet since
hey.
the game is over. You don't talk about that shit no
Y'all
more.
about to be back
Nigga,
to a mid
look,
program, my nigga.
when
It's about to be another 10 years for
no,
y'all
when
win
I
a
brought up the
championship.
game, When I brought the game, nigga, you start talking about y'all good in gymnastics. Y'all good at
Man,
baseball.
we
Y'all
got
good at
we good in
soccer. That's
everything.
what
Nigga.
you
We
talking
good in
about.
everything. We
You
win in
start talking
every
about,
sport. Then
you start
Alabama
talking,
said they win in
dog,
every sport.
you talking about track and
What other
field. You
championship
don't
y'all
even know
got at
who you
y'all
saw on
school?
the track and field team. You
What
don't
other
even know who the
championship?
sons on the track and field team. But you always talking about track
What
and
other
field.
championship y'all
Come
got?
on, man.
What other
Come on,
championship
man.
y'all got?
What other championship y'all got? What y'all good at basketball? What y'all good at that?
Football.
So
The
when?
girls just won one
Today's
2
a
years
football. What
ago.
you
The
talking
girls just won
about?
one 2
Oh,
years
we got
ago.
one championship football. You got your whole
The
program.
girls just won one 2 years ago.
Who?
The LSU women basketball team.
Why does that matter about your football team?
We talking about LSU, my nigga. I said we
No,
good in
no,
everything.
you are a losing
Good in
program when it comes to
everything.
football, dog. And you
We
got
good in
mad.
everything. But
You're a
at the end
losing
of the day,
program. Dog, you're a losing program.
your ass gonna be on the couch watching the fucking
We
playoff with
we
us.
gonna watch that, but guess what happened? At the end of the day, we blew you out.
Okay, you
Again.
did. Okay.
Again.
Okay.
Again. Again. With a
Okay.
quarterback, you said it can't throw.
He can't.
So why don't you just stop him from running?
And that nigga, he ain't throwing us. That nigga ran it. That
Well,
bitch, he
no.
ran the motherfucking football. He ain't throwing us. That
What?
nigga ain't
Nigga, he
throwing.
ran to your throat. So they take his
Okay,
down.
again, you
They
making
ran
my
to your
point. That
throat.
nigga gonna be like
Dog.
this in fucking.
Dog, Texas ran down your throat. You weren't mad at him?
He gonna be
So
like
why you
this in the
worried,
NFL.
dog?
That nigga
Why
gonna be
you
like
worried
this
about
in
it?
the NFL. It's all right.
Moving on.
Yeah,
Yo,
moving
so
on.
let's talk about NBA.
Tennis.
Yeah, dog, because dog, you can't talk, you get blown out.
Y'all got blown out last
You
night.
can't talk. You
You
can't talk,
got
you get
blown
beat.
out last night. We
No,
moving
we get
on.
beat
Bro.
by
We moving on. Y'all
no.
got
When
blown
you get
out
about
last night.
29 points at your
And
own field,
okay, you got blown out
dog,
last night.
your goddamn governor brought a tiger on the
Nigga, you
field for
couldn't even get
nothing.
in there. You
You
couldn't even
put
get
that
in the end
tiger on
zone.
the field for nothing. That man
You
was
couldn't
like,
even get in
let
the
me put
end
the
zone.
tiger on the field, and you got blown out.
You couldn't even
You
get in
got
the end
blown
zone
out.
last night.
Why does that matter? You didn't stop him.
You couldn't get in the end zone
You
last
didn't
night.
stop him, though. Why you didn't stop him?
Okay, let's move on, bro.
No, why you didn't stop him?
76ers.
Tell her. Why you didn't stop him?
Yeah, so let's move on, bro.
Why you didn't stop him?
I
Please
don't
explain
know.
it.
I
Oh,
don't
we
know.
know. We know why,
Next
because you
time.
couldn't. Moving
Okay.
on. Let's talk
Yeah.
about what's going on with Embiid and the 76ers. Let's talk about it. Key, start us off, man. So what's your thoughts on what's going with them and what we're going to do with them? What they're going to do next with Embiid?
Bro, and all this career the dude been having, you know what I'm saying, injuries, bro. You know, it just is what it is. Paul George, same thing, injury. It just got an injury prone team. So, and the older you get, it ain't gonna change. So, you know, you've been having injury prone when you're young. What you think gonna happen when you're older? So, but at this point, they got to ride with it. Hopefully, they get them healthy. It's a long season. Hopefully, they get them healthy enough to get in the playoffs and they healthy at the right time. But you got to understand, Embiid and Paul George, they're not going to play 70 games or 65 games. It's just never going to happen. So, they point is the Sixers is just try to get in the playoffs and be healthy as possible, bro. You want them to be healthy when it matters because you stuck with the contract. You stuck. You ain't got no other moves. You're not gonna trade them because you know somebody would take them off your hand. So they just gotta just hope Paul George and him get healthy. At least by after All Star, hopefully they can be around. You know, keep the record where they not too far out of it and make a run. Then that's the only thing they can do.
Yeah, it's about health. I mean, it's a soap opera right now. We see the only leader of that team, honestly, probably is Kyle Lowry. And he don't play enough to really. This probably don't really matter because it starts with Embiid and it starts with Paul George as a leader and two injured-prone cats. But at the end of the day, like I said, it's a long season. Hopefully, just get healthy at the right time. I wouldn't want to face them in the playoffs if they're healthy. I tell you that. But you know, Embiid, man, he just got his money and it seemed like he just got lazy. You know, injuries are part of it, but you got to play games, man. Play through it. You know, you're gonna have knee injuries. You didn't have them since you was in college. Nothing's gonna change. You just gotta figure it out, bro, and play the best you can. But it's definitely a soap opera right now.
I don't know what they're going to do. When you say what they can't do, I think that they can do a lot. I think he wants to get traded, to be honest with you. I think he's tired of Philly.
You think so?
I think he's done.
Wow. Damn.
I think he's done. I think he's done with Philly, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I think this is one of the times where you're gonna start seeing him start, just the way the media reacts to things, and it seems like personally he's gotten to a point where maybe he's outgrown the city.
Mm.
Sometimes that happens. His injury history has been known, and everybody knows about it, but they constantly make it an issue every single year.
Yeah.
I do think that him playing in the Olympics and being healthy for the Olympics. Now, and now he's like, man, like I played for the Olympics, I played for America, but now y'all are mad because I'm not ready for the season. Now I do feel like we don't understand why he was ready for the Olympics, not ready for the season. That's kind of
Right.
crazy, but
Yeah.
I do think like he's at that threshold where I think he's ready to move on, man.
Mm. He
Sometimes we see
probably
a guy
excited about getting on him. I'm sure.
when you
He
see a
very
guy doing
close.
a lot of these type of things, just the theater of it all, you got to realize at some point he's ready to move on. He's got
Yeah.
to be ready to say, all right, man, you know what? I'm tired of the theater. I'm tired of the dramatics. And he's ready to move on, bro. I just don't see him wanting to stay there, being
Yeah.
that of all the situational things that will continue to keep happening. I just don't see where he can just be where he can be at whereas as far as today, be the type of player he wants to be. And then they're losing.
Yeah.
And then what about so what are your thoughts on the team meeting? Because
I mean,
that
every
had to
team
be.
goes through it. Every team has a team meeting when they're struggling, some adversity. I love it. But I mean, it's typical. Like when you're struggling and losing, your best player is not acting. He's late, as they say, to meetings and the things that Maxie called him out on. I mean, it was needed. Definitely. You got to air it out.
But that's not good though, man. You
It's
can't
not, especially
constantly think
early in
that's
the
a good
season. So,
situation. So I would think that would be one of the main issues why he's want to move on.
yeah.
If you want to move on from that, bro, you just sensitive, bro. We can't have a heart to heart and just put everything on the table. And as long as we ain't going out airing it out in the shit, Kobe and Shaq always had
Well, it
shit.
did get aired out. I think that's the problem he would have with it, right? That it did get aired out, that everybody now knew about it. That
But but
situation became an issue.
but that's what I'm saying. Like Kobe and Shaq always had issue in the media. Like these new generation kids, bro, are fucking soft, bro. Who gives a
But Kobe and Shaq also
but
separated. Like
but
not
but
like
I'm
that.
just saying,
It didn't work out.
but I'm just saying, but while they was playing, they won chips. They went on for what I'm saying. If a man just telling you what it is, what you doing wrong, I should be able to tell you that as a teammate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't think
And
he. But he may not have a problem with that. I think he had a problem with the information getting out. I think
well,
that's what the issue is. Somebody had to say something. And Kobe, it's been known that Kobe's had a problem with people for learning information that got out to the media.
but
That shit
but I'm
happens all.
but I'm saying it happens all the time in sports. But for you to be like, I want out because of that, like you was airing out fucking Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Now it's you want to have a problem. You know what I'm saying?
You think you're letting Ben Simmons information out?
Yes, he was going to the fucking podium saying it. He wasn't airing out. He was saying it himself to the media.
Yeah.
So, like, bro, like, I'm just saying these kids these days just sensitive, dog. They just that's kind of when everybody get a trophy, bro. And they start doing that, bro.
You
Yeah.
said participation
Yeah,
for trophies.
participation awards, shit, fucked everything up. Everybody get a trophy.
Everybody get a medal.
Yeah, everybody get a medal. I don't care if you ain't win a game all year. Everybody in a year banquet, everybody get a medal.
I don't know. I think it's not a volatile situation. It could be solvable. I think winning helped, but without the
Yeah.
winning, it's became an issue, bro.
Yeah,
And I
bro,
don't see.
just go out there and play ball, bro. Go out there and win, bro. Winning cures everything.
Yep.
Get healthy, come back in the playoff, y'all. But everybody happy,
Yeah.
everybody hugging, jumping up in each other's arms. Winning cured everything. They just got to get healthy, bro. Because right now in the East, you got Boston and you got Cleveland, I guess if you want to put them in there.
Right.
Milwaukee ain't the same like they, being, you competing for that third spot right now. Then you got all the other teams coming. You know what I'm saying? Milwaukee taking hit because of their defense. But right now, the big dogs are Boston. And that's it. And you know what I'm saying? You can get healthy enough and try to compete.
You don't like Cleveland chances? I didn't add
I
that in there,
said
but I
Cleveland.
like.
But I don't. I got to see them in the playoffs. Regular season, cool, this or that. But right now, I got to see them in the playoffs. But that's what I'm saying. But if you tell me if Paul George healthy and Embiid healthy with a healthy Maxi, I'll take them over fucking Cleveland.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I would.
That's a tough dream.
Not this Cleveland team. I don't think I like this. They have enough youth and love veteran leadership, good play. I like the way they're playing.
But they wouldn't have no answer for Embiid if they meet if he's healthy. Because they gave the Knicks all they wanted last year with a fucking MB was on one leg.
But the question gonna be is known fact is Embiid gonna be healthy about that
But
time of
that's
the
what I'm
year?
saying. They get healthy.
It's a what
That's what
if.
I'm
I
saying.
mean, but then I like. But you think about this though. You don't like the Knicks?
I think they lost a lot of heart, bro, with that trade, bro. I know Cat is that gonna give you the jury's still out. They got to get it together. I'm not gonna say they trying
Yeah.
to figure it out. They still new, so I got to see how they look in a couple of months. So I'm not gonna right as of right now. They just got to figure each other out. They still new. I don't know their identity like I knew last year. The Knicks had an identity last year. They was gonna fight you. They was gonna battle. They was gonna play hard defense. I just don't see their identity right now.
Mm, I don't know. I think it's I think the Knicks has a really good team, but I don't know if they have a championship team. They do. I think they needed more scoring. That was an issue.
Yeah,
But now they have the scoring. I don't know if they have the type of team that can win the championship. I
yeah.
think, but it's just really about what they look like when Robinson come back. I think they
Mhm.
need that five. They don't have that five right now.
And
Yeah,
and
listen.
yeah, it's because right now the East is open. Other than the top dog over there is Boston. They the top of the food chain right now.
We'll see. They're playing good ball though. They are playing
Yeah.
good ball. All right, man. So let's talk a little bit about Bronny and his decision or the team decision not to allow him to uh play on road games when it comes to his G League team. And I think Keon, you brought this up through our text. It's like, what's your thoughts on this? Like with Bronny's situation about him not playing on the road games and having to being able to play, I guess be at the home games. I think that's what happened. When the team's on the road, he's at the home. What's your
Mhm.
thoughts on that? Like, give
I
your
don't like
thoughts on what you feel about it.
I don't like it, bro, because if you're gonna go to G League, um, and your point is you want to be better and develop, you play both games. You have road and home games because you're not getting better by not playing. Because when they on the road, and you with the Lakers, you're not getting in the games. You're just sitting on the bench, and I just think the whole thing is a lot of babysitting. Or do y'all really want him to get better or not? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because do y'all want him to go earn it? Because as for me, my competitive edge, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, nah, I want to do both. I'm trying to get better. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You ain't because they ain't really practicing when you got games like every other week. They ain't getting no real practices then. So and then you trying to save him from getting eaten up with the big dogs on the G League. That's what come to me because them dudes hungry down there. They dogs down there. So you want to try to protect them from going on the road. You don't want him around them while traveling away from the team. I don't see them. I don't get the mission. What is the objective with him?
Mhm. Yeah, I think they're doing him a disservice. They're holding him back. Like I said, it's time. If he's going to develop, he has to play as much basketball as possible, right? His NBA G League, like he needs to play. And if I'm Bronny, I'm pushing back. Like you're a man now. Like you be like, no, I'm playing. Like I know my dad may have input and all this, but he has to take the ownership of his own career. His dad is not gonna be the one to save him in the NBA. He should have been like, listen, I'm playing. I don't care what y'all say. I'm playing in the away games, home games. It's okay to not traveling and sitting on it. It's fine. But I need to develop and make my own niche in this league. And I blame it on that. But they don't have a plan for him, dog. This shit's silly. You're doing
Yeah,
him a
because
disservice, dog.
what's gonna happen is you ain't developing. Once LeBron gone, you out the league, bro. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So that's what you right about that, Ray. But the competitive fire being him, I'm starting to say, do you really want this? I don't
yeah,
know if you want it. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, a player that wanted, a kid that wanted, you're a grown man. Nah, dad. Nah, I want to do this. I ain't trying to be on your back. I want to
yeah,
make my own name. That's why you changed your name from LeBron Jr. to Bronny. You said you wanted to make a mark for yourself. There was the
yeah,
opportunity. And I think people would have respected that.
yeah.
Even if you fail, people like, bro, you know what? I ain't mad, bro. Dude tried, bro. Ain't nobody mad at LeBron getting them to the league, but now you there. It's time for me to try to go out and prove that Nate Saban was wrong.
Well, I mean, I think I said it that I wasn't excited about his father giving the lead the way it was because I didn't think the way they did it caused issues in his development as far as or his fundamental understanding of how to become a pro.
Mhm.
Right, like you're no longer a collegiate player; you're a pro player. So that's where I think the issue fell for me. Like it wasn't of like, hey man, don't step in, but you one like if you went to another organization and went about it the right way. I mean, Scottie Pippen's son is a prime example. And he went to um into the G League and different ranks to get to where he's at. Now he got to a team who really want him on the team that can help him develop with Memphis. Now he's a pivotal piece. He was part of the Lakers organization. And so getting those reps, getting those minutes meant a lot. It meant a lot of his development, especially considering he's a very young player.
Yeah.
I just didn't. I'm like a lot of people. I didn't care for it because I just thought like one, and I get what everybody's saying. Like nepotism's everywhere, and it is. It's in all elements of life. It's in all elements of industry. But when you are in an element of an industry like NBA, which is dominantly black, especially at the product level, the performance level, that black at that level, it comes an issue. This is a prime example of it becoming an issue. Now this young man now has to figure it out, and he's got to figure out what the watchful look of his dad and his family and the world. So when he do struggle, when he plays a game when he's not efficient, which he has not been, and when you play games, everybody puts that information out there. Every little thing. Now, I mean, I know his shoot percentage. I know everything that goes on with him. Like, what's their plus minus when he's on the floor in the G League? And everybody points out all his struggles because of the fact that the way they did it, the spotlight even got even brighter. And so I'm just on the point where I just think, like, for him, man, like, I think if he would have did it the way a lot of players do, where you can kind of just develop, learn, get in the G League, just work on your game, um, I think it would be a little bit more or less problematic. If you pay like even when people start saying, well, why would he be in the G League? It's a security risk, it's issues. Why would he travel with the team? Come on, man, that's some BS, bro. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna help support that G League's attendance. You're gonna have people at the games. People are gonna see this kid play. But if this will start dying down because he gets in the season and he really is just a G League player, I just think at that point, man, they could have helped him out a little bit more. And I think this is just a prime example of not, put him in a place where he's gonna be successful. Like sitting on the bench, high fiving your daddy, doing his little moves at the end of the bench. Come on, man, you could have been a ball boy for that if that's what you really want to be. If you don't want to be a ball boy, you're trying to get a real NBA player, then you want to play. And I don't know, like I said, man, I think he could have went to a better organization who probably would have did a little bit more to help him. Um, you know, and especially being a second round 55 pick, he could have went somewhere that probably supports that type of development. But I don't even know what player that they ever developed that comes out now outside of Scott. Like I said, Scottie Pippen Jr. left, so I can't name a player that I remember from the Lakers that was a second round outside of maybe what Reeves. I don't think he got drafted, but everybody else pretty much goes there, goes through their farm system a little bit, and then leaves. I just don't see what was the strategy for him, and
But
now we're starting to see it.
I don't think he get drafted if it wasn't for the Lakers.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, so yeah, he don't get drafted.
So
Yeah.
I just don't. I just think this right here, man, they do him a disservice, and now it's getting worse and worse every single day because we're still trying to talk about it, and it's something he just didn't want to do, or he's not involved in, and yeah, man, I like and like you want. I think Keith said it when LeBron leaves, what's next?
Yeah. On his own.
He's on his
He's
own.
gonna he's gonna be out after that 4 year contract. He's gonna be out the league. Them 3 years. This is what's gonna happen if you don't develop your game. If you don't and that's why now is the perfect time to do it because
Yeah,
once LeBron gone, bro, ain't no saving.
Yeah.
it's nothing left, man. It's a wrap. So yeah, good luck to him, but yeah, I think this is definitely injustice for him, man. So we'll see.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
That's
So
why. That's why.
go ahead.
One other thing too. That's why I like. That's why I like the way Melo is developing and handling his son, bro. He doing it the right way.
Yeah, because I think with Melo, he said he's not putting a timetable on him. He was like, man, listen, if he plays this year, great. If he don't, he don't. He was like, he's not going. There's no timetable on him leaving to go to the league or none of that. You gonna sit there and develop until you're ready. I think that was his statement, and that's how he should be.
Yep.
You should just focus on development. Focus on being ready. It ain't about none of that other stuff. And even in competitive minutes, like last night, they played the Nuggets. Did Bronny play last night?
Nope. Of course not.
So I mean, in a game, competitive game, you can't. What can help can he give them?
Yeah.
Now, granted, he ain't playing no better than old boy. The other guard that they signed from the Heat.
Oh, that boy.
But at least he's a professional. So you know what I mean. Have we criticized him? That's how they would criticize Bronny if he's giving you nothing.
Yeah, you need to.
So I don't know, man. We'll see how that works out.
For sure.
All right,
But good luck to him, though, bro. I want to see everybody make it, dog. But at some point, as a man, bro.
Yeah, I think you fade out, bro. But we about to get out of here. That's our last topic for the day. All right, let's give us a final topic before we get up out of here. Ray, since Key going in and out, go ahead and give your final thoughts for the end of the day.
Man, it's good to be back after a nice little hiatus. Man, just continue to support the show, man, and we will be continue to be locked in. Happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving. Definitely a lot to be thankful for.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts, Key?
Yeah, brother. Another great show, man. Thanks for the support. By the way, it's sad season, and also, bro, if you're listening, is Donovan? Are you still a part of the show, bro? Like, damn. We moved to Sunday because of you. You ain't been on one Sunday show yet, bro. I miss the church because of you,
dog. Man, don't blame us. Don't blame us about you not rolling to the Lord. Don't blame us.
I'm blaming Donovan, bro.
You can go to 8 o'clock service.
No, you're gonna go to 8 o'clock service. Do not blame us because you ain't ready for the Lord in the morning. You know what I mean? You can watch TV on at home on your TV. You can watch church at home on your TV these days.
Yeah, I know,
bro.
They said I need to go back in the house of the Lord, but it's different, bro.
All right, man. Well, listen, if your skin start burning, you know what's going on now. The Lord trying to clean you. Your Lord's trying to clean you. If your skin burning, your Lord's trying to clean you right there, brother. But yeah, man, Donovan, man, I don't know what's up with Donovan. We did make this change strictly for him.
Yeah.
And that boy ain't been on yet, and don't even tell us what he got to do either.
Yeah, he ain't been on a one Sunday. Not one
Sunday, brother. Like, what's going on with that? That he did say so when he said that. Now, Donovan, that's some trip right there, man. So you know what I mean? You on the time. You on the timetable now, brother. You gotta figure it out. Because I like the Saturdays, but I like the Sundays. But anyway, all right, man. So that's our final thought for the day. Ray, man, get us out of here.
We out.